right, as we get ready for Blues hockey on KMOX, the Blues and the Red Wings. Chris Hrabe with you at Ballpark Village on the Dave Sinclair Lincoln and Ford Sports Open Line, joined by the Hall of Famer and maybe more importantly, I think the most popular bartender I've ever seen. Brett Hull is with us. How you doing, Hully?
Good, Chris. How are you?
Doing great. What a fun event, man. I was just talking to Al about the fact that you bring people in this community together, especially if it's the Cardinals, the Blues, the Rams. Everybody's always rallying around the sports, and it's fun to see. It's fun to be out here on a Saturday night.
It really is. It's an unbelievable sports town, and it doesn't matter what it is. The Rams, the Cards, the Blues, soccer, the Pelicans. I mean, it's the sport they show Mizzou. I mean, it's a top-notch sports town. It's fun to be a part of. You know, Curbs and I go out and we do the caravans over the summer. You've been with us before. And especially here for the icebreaker events, the turnouts and the Blues fans, it's unbelievable. And you can tell how hungry everyone is and the excitement all year around this club. Yeah, it is. It always helps when you've got a great team and a lot of high hopes to win the Stanley Cup. But it's like we just talked about, the passion for every sport, and each fan, there's always crossover. No one's just a Cards fan or a Blues fan, but when their seasons start, they're very passionate about it. I know a few years removed from seeing the Red Wings as often as we used to, but you still get fired up to see Detroit in the building? Yeah, it's always, it's like playing the Blackhawks. Yeah. It's one of those rivalries that'll never go away. They're always a great team, a great franchise, and it may not be quite as heated as it used to be, but it's still a great rivalry, and I know our guys want to beat them just as bad as they want to beat us. How can you describe what this team has been able to do, Brett, and some of the injuries they battled through, some of the young guys, some of the veteran guys who came in on PTOs? Seems like everyone has played a role in this team being as successful as they've been to this point. Yeah, well, they're a great team, and their leadership, that's at the forefront. When you get injuries and you got people filling in, if your leaders aren't buying into what the coach is saying and helping them along the way, you're not going to be successful. But so they've done a wonderful job, Backus and the whole crew. But I think if you're really going to tip your hat to anybody, it's the goaltending's been fantastic, and it's not easy to score goals in this league. So if your goaltenders aren't playing good, you're kind of behind the eight ball. And both our guys have been great so far. I mean, you get a couple of 5-on-3s in the last game, and we were talking to some of the guys this morning about how you see a big save. Not only does that pick you up, but you can just suck the energy out of the team on the other side of the ice when they're not able to get anything past you. Well, I've had that philosophy from day one. Is if you don't score on your 5-on-3, you're probably going to lose the game. Like you said, it zaps your team if you don't score. And then on the other hand, if you do, it pumps everybody up and demoralizes them. And, maybe it was a stupid penalty or an unnecessary penalty. So it really does work that way. And when you can get your goaltenders making big saves on 5-on-3s, it sure helps the penalty killers. What's it like to watch this division on a night-out basis? It's unbelievable. And even when you're hurt, you can't afford to lose a couple in a row because you'll be 6, 7, 8 points back. Yeah, isn't that the way it goes? So, you get Doug Armstrong, and he puts together a quality team that's very capable of winning the Stanley Cup, and all of a sudden you're in a division where every other team feels the same way. And I think out of the the whole league, that we have obviously the top echelon division and team and players. I'll leave you with this as Fred Bird jumps in for a couple of photos with not just this division, but Holly, with all the young players and the young stars around the league. Are you excited about the format for the AllStar Game and what we're going to see and some of the individual skill we'll see? Not really. I think 3-on-3 is wonderful for the 5 minutes in a game, but I think it's just way too much to expect these guys to play a whole game of 3-on-3. When we would do it in training camp, we'd be gassed after 10 minutes at the end of a practice when the coaches would make us do it. So, I think it's too much. Maybe you could do a period of it or something. Maybe do a period of 5-on-5, 4-on-4, and 3-on-3, but not a whole game of 3-on-3. You can find a way to balance competition and exhibition, put on a bit of a show, but not make anyone overexert themselves. Right. It's just, they're complaining when the games are 11, 10. What's it going to be this year? 49-48?
I don't know.
I mean, you know, these guys, it's not like they're going all out at these All-Star games, and, you know, one guy doesn't back check, you're going to have 3 on those, and, and when you have that situation, that's when goalies get hurt, having to go post to post that fast and that hard. And that's not what teams need. You don't need Carey Price or Jake Allen getting hurt in a All-Star game just because the format was wrong.
Holly, appreciate it, man. Fun night tonight. We'll see you over at the rink.
Thanks. Always a pleasure.
All right, we'll take a break and come back with more. The great Brett Hull joining us as we roll along at Cardinals Nation, Blues Nation tonight.